Today we are going to subtract with regrouping. So let's do an easy one first. Ready? If we have 24 things, take away 2 things. I'm going to look in my ones column, and I can see that this is easy because I can do 4 things, take away 2 things, and the answer is 2. And then I can do 2 take away nothing is 2. All right, let's try this one. 0 things, take away 2 things. Wait, if I have nothing, I can't take away 2 things. This is not 2 take away 0. Do not go backwards. Do not say 2 take away 0 because you can do that. No, this is 0 take away 2. 0 take away 2. All right, I can't do that. If I have 0 things, I cannot take 2 things away. So I have to go to my neighbor. I have to go start looking for a neighbor to help me. Do not cross out the 0 right away. I see everyone do that. There's no reason to cross out that 0. We can leave that 0 there. We're going to cross out this 2 because this 2 can lend me something that I can add to that 0 so that I can do that problem there in the ones column. Okay, so let's go look for a neighbor. I walk along. I see my neighbor has 2 things. Oh, good. My neighbor can help me. I'm going to cross out that 2 and take 1 away from my neighbor. Now my neighbor has 1 thing left. My neighbor has 1 thing left because I'm taking 1 away, and the 1 thing that I am taking away from my neighbor, I am going to put right next to my 0, right there. So now I can do 1. That's the one I borrowed. Now I can do this. 10 things. If I have 10 things, I can take 2 things away. If I have 10 apples, I can take 2 apples away. I have 8 apples left. 1 take away nothing is 18. I can check my work because 18 plus 2 should give me 20. So that works. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 200. And here we go. I think this was when my phone was ringing, so give me a second. Okay, we have 200 take away 2. All right, let's look in our ones column. Can I do 0 things, take away 2 things? Can I do 0 things, take away 2 things? Nope, and I am not going to cross out that 0. I'm going to go to my neighbor. Uh-oh, this neighbor has nothing for me. He is useless. So we're going to keep going. We're going to find a neighbor who can help us. There we go. We have a 2. I can take 1 thing away from there. So I'm going to cross out my 2. That's the very first number I cross out. And make it a 1. And the 1 that I borrowed goes right there. Now let's go back to our original problem. 0 take away 2. The 1 that I borrowed, I put there. Now I have 10 things there. Now I cannot do 0 take away 2, but now I can go to my next door neighbor. He has 10 things. I am going to cross out the 10 and make it a 9 because I'm taking 1 away from him. I need to use it. He only has 9 left. The 1 that I borrow goes right in front of my 0. Notice I never cross that 0 out. 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away nothing is 9. And 1 take away nothing is 1. I can check my work. 198 plus 2 should give me 200. Use your calculator. Check your work. All right, let's do one more. We're going to do 205 take away 6. I cannot do 5 take away 6, but I am not crossing that out. And I am not going to say 6 take away 5. The problem is 5 take away 6. Start at the top. My neighbor has nothing. I cannot cross him out. Ah, there's a neighbor in my hundreds place. I can cross that 2 out, borrow 1 from my neighbor, and make that a 1. So my 2 becomes a 1. The 1 that I borrowed goes in front of my 0. I now have 10 things there. I can't do 5. I cannot do 5 take away 6. I am going to go look for my neighbor. He has 10 things. I'm going to cross out my 10. He doesn't have 10 things anymore. I took 1 away. He has 9 things now. 15 take away 6 is 9. 9 take away nothing is 9. And 1 take away nothing is 1. I can check my work. 199 plus 6 should give me 205.